you guys? Welcome to Selfie Crafter. I'm Jessica, and today I will be doing a Wip Chat. If you're new here and you don't know what Wip stands for, it stands for Work in Progress. And what that means is that you can bring out your own whips, and you can do your own projects or anything like that while you listen to me ramble about what's been going on my day. You don't even have to do a project. You can just sit around and do nothing. But as you can see here, I am not doing a Chrissabug diamond painting because I have actually finished my Chrissabug diamond painting last week, and I was kind of thinking about what I wanted to do, what I wanted to work on while while this month is wrapping up and everything. And my desk is a mess, so I have stuff like back here, like I've been trying to prep, but my desk has been a mess with everything because I have been trying to organize and clean and everything, and it has been, it's just been, I've been everywhere. And I tried to record earlier, and I got so distracted, I put the wrong color down of this thing, so now I was like, okay, so I decided to take a break. I was a little frustrated. I'm still a little frazzled. And I feel like I'm just like how some of people that I hear on YouTube say, they're on the Hot Mess Express and everything, and it's just like I feel that right now. I feel that so bad right now because, like, oh my gosh, it's just been one almost disaster after another with me trying to record today, and at this point I'm trying to decide, is it even worth recording? And I'm just like, oh my goodness. So anyway, with that being said, so this what I'm working on here, I got like stuff all over the place. This is from Distracted by Diamonds. I don't know what the name of this is. It's just like they're quickies. So, and it has put on your war paint. So it comes like with these train of drills that we have here. Some of these little tweezers kind of bits that I decided just to pull out my handy dandy ones. And then this little tiny tray along with the easel. So I figured what I'm going to do is, like, instead of using this with the easel, I'm going to use this for something else. So. But yeah, I am now slowly pulling out all this one color out and putting it somewhere else because silly me decided to just kind of bulldoze myself ahead and go on with this color. So I am so mad. I am so mad at myself for doing that. So I guess I'm going to do a checkerboard pattern for the most part. While I place these drills up. It wasn't my idea, but oh well. But yeah, I have finished my Chrissabug diamond painting. I finished it last week. And among everything else, I have been just so stressed, guys. I have been like overwhelmed, and I don't know how much I have, like, with everything going on, how much more I can do. It feels like it's just like I almost kind of want to take a break. But I am hosting the Chrissabug Along. It's just like, it just feels like this month has been just a lot with school and things, especially when it gets closer to the end of the year. And my kids' school, they finish literally next month. So it's just been kind of just all these events piling up on another. So yeah, I do not regret hosting the Chrissabug Along, and I will do so again next year. It's just that it's so funny because, like, I thought I was exhausted last year, and that was like when I was just recovering from cancer and everything, and now this year it just feels like I guess it's because both my my twins and my oldest, they're both at the very end of their school, and they're moving on to a new school, so it's just like we got so much to do, and it's just like, oh my god, can we chill, can we relax? Yeah, I wouldn't trade it for anything because I'm just so glad that kids are getting things done and getting everything out. So but yeah, So let's see. This weekend, I was good. I didn't buy anything from Diamond Art Club. I actually wish listed a few things. Nothing screamed at me per se saying buy me, buy me. So I was able to wish list. I'm so glad I was able to do that. And I was just like, I pretty much ignored it. The only thing I did buy was stuff at Michael's, which I will get into in just a little bit. But yeah, I gotten some stuff from Michael's that I can't wait to share with you. Again, I'm gonna have to figure out how I'm gonna get my recording this week. Like, I don't know how I'm gonna get my recording in, because I just got a lot. Why am I trying to pull out new drills when I'm trying to do this? My goodness. Okay. Let's see. Trying to get through all of it. We're almost done. We're almost done. Trying to not take new drills, but keeps like my hand wants to keep going into the tray. Speaking of Chrissabug, the Chrissabug Along, so, I will make a community, I think I will make a community post about it. I don't know if anyone who is participating in the Chrissabug Along is watching my Wip Chats as well, but if you are, you get a head start of knowing what's happening. So I will announce the week 4 winners, this week on Thursday, but I will not announce the grand prize winner until the following week. And I'll probably will only announce that like through Facebook group in the community post for the grand prize winner. I am not going to be home over this weekend, this upcoming weekend. I have a graduation that I have to attend to, my sister's graduation. So I will be traveling. I'm so proud because she's getting pinned. And then the next day she's graduating, and I want to try and be there for both. I know I'm definitely going to be there for the graduation. It's just that the timing is going to be a little off with the pinning ceremony. Because of how far I got to travel and everything. But yeah, she's going to be she's got a job lined up. She's a nurse. So she's been working at this one place. Well, she's been working there and shadowing, and then and now she signed a contract, like a 3-year contract, she told me, so that way they would cover the rest of her tuition and her living situation, stuff like that. So she is set for 3 years, guys. She does want to become a traveling nurse, she said, but she decided to do this so that way to pay her loans and stuff a little bit easier, which I can completely understand. But let's see, I want to make sure I'm putting the right thing on. It would be so funny if I did put it on the right one and then I just said, oh, it's the wrong. Okay, now, yeah, we're on the right one. Whew. Okay, we're doing good, guys. So I'm so proud of her. But yeah, I will not. Anyway, so yeah, I won't be calling the winner out until later on next week. And on top of that, I am going to give a grace period. I will let the exit form stay open until I get back home. So I'll be back home on May 3rd. So it'll either be closed like late May 3rd or early on May 4th in the morning. So you guys who are participating and you want to get your who want to be able to participate in the grand prize and stuff, get your exit forms in by that point. So you got some time. I'm giving you some time. So yeah, I just like figure I'll say that I'll also announce it in the video when I announce the week 4 winners as well. But I figure I might as well say this too, and I'll put a post in it in Facebook after that as well. But yeah, I just thought I would say that here, just so that way, give you guys a little heads up. But yeah, this week's kind of going all over the place. Honestly, every week is going all over the place now. It's just like last week is where it kind of just started snowballing with things after school, and like at this point I'm like, I don't feel like I have spoons anymore, but I just think it's just because the weekend was just so crazy. let's see. What else has been happening before we start talking about, before my stomach starts growling and trying to jump out, my goodness, before I kind of talk about school and kids and life. Let's see, what else has been happening in the diamond painting world. So I'm pretty sure you guys all know about Shire Shenanigans, her 26 for 26 thing that she has been that she has made. I have been enjoying watching the chaos unfold, as it were. It has been so much fun watching it, and I am so thoroughly tempted to join in, but I also know it's not a good idea. It's not a good idea for me. It's a great idea for everyone else. I will fully encourage it. I will be the one enabling others to do it. But oh my gosh, I just know, especially with what's been happening this week with me, this past week, that future me is going to be mad at past me. And right now, present me is mad at past me. And I'm just like, no. No, I don't need future me to have an issue with past me even more so. But I just love watching everyone's, like, their ideas, what they're doing, things that they're changing up. And oh my gosh, my friends have been they're pressuring me / enabling me / like, they're like, oh, you can join in. It's like, it's so tempting to. I want to join in. I want to, but at the same time, I shouldn't. Can't. I don't wanna. Well, don't wanna isn't the right word. It's not the right phrase. I wanna, but I shouldn't. I know myself. I know my limits. But it's so fun, and I get so wrapped up on the hype and the excitement and everything. But I'm gonna watch from the sidelines. And I'm going to cheer everyone else on instead. In fact, I saw my, so I am making this video on a Tuesday. I didn't record this yesterday. I kind of took a mental health day yesterday because it was just like the only day I kind of had time to just zone out, I would say. But I hope my stomach is not being loud this entire time. Goodness, I am so sorry, guys. But hopefully my camera doesn't pick it up. Like last week, it picked it up a little bit, but not too bad. But I don't know about this week because it sounds like it's louder. I really should just eat something before I record. I really should, but my brain doesn't think this stuff until afterwards, and it's like, oh, oops. Like, and I'm already recording, so it's like too late. And I really don't want to start over again. But let's see. Goodness gracious. But yeah, I was just like, I want to participate in the 26 for 26, but yeah, I don't know if I should. I don't know. I really don't know. I don't think I should. And I know I will be enabled, and there might be a point where it's like the breaking point where it's like, okay, I'm joining in. But yeah, I saw Michaela Renee post a thing today that I haven't watched, but she has such a good idea, and I want to do it too. What kits would I do? Oh, I am not even on camera. I am so sorry. Jeez Louise. I've been diamond painting this whole time, and it hasn't been... Okay, I am so sorry. So yeah, I have been wanting to do... I want to do what Michaela Renee has done. I haven't watched her video, but I saw it, and it was like, what would I do? Like, it was like a hypothetical... if she was joining in for the 26 for 26 thing. It was like, what kits would she be working on hypothetically? I want to do something like that. I really do. At the same time, I know Natalie, I know Tiffany, I know Alyssa, and I know Nicole over at Shire Shenanigans. They would all be like, you should do it, and then like my arm's going to be barely bent, and I'm like, oh, you're twisting my arm, oh, okay, I'll do it. I know myself. But yeah, it's just like, so I really want to do that video, but at the same time, I do not know when I would have time to schedule that in right now. That would probably be like further into May, and I think the hype would die down by that point. So I don't know. I might have to rearrange my schedule. Honestly, I should have recorded my Whip and Chat yesterday. Instead of like giving myself a little bit of a break today, but yesterday, but I was just like, after the weekend I had, I needed that break, honestly. My husband even took the day off. Like he was like, I'm tempted to take the day off, and he already took Friday off, which we'll get into that too, because of just how mentally exhausting it was. It wasn't bad per se, but I think this might be the last year where we'll do like a big birthday party with extra kids. I think this is the last year we'll do something like that, because that was a lot. But yeah, let's see. We'll get started with what's been going on with my life and everything. So I got a little bit of a break at the beginning of the week. Not too much had happened. I was able to get some stuff done. Definitely got my Whip and Chat done. Started editing my videos for, took a while to edit the 8-hour challenge video. That one was a doozy to edit. And one of the clips I had to delete, unfortunately, because it was I recorded it as real-time video, and I just could not get it to match the same look with the other clips that I had. So, and it just looked too clunky, and I didn't like it. So I just said, people trust me. People trust me. They're not going to think I'm cheating or anything like that. So I scrapped that clip altogether. If people want that, I guess I could try and pull it back up, but it was an hour of me talking to my kiddos. They were upstairs and they were coming in and out. And at that point, it was just like, and I was just so slow. But yeah, it's just, that event, that challenge took a lot out of me too. I was like, I don't think I'm going to do a challenge anytime soon, like another 8-hour challenge, soonish. I'm going to definitely take some time to relax, and work up the willpower to do that again. But it was fun. I enjoyed myself thoroughly for that. Am I in camera? Goodness gracious. I'm just like, just worried that I'm not in camera anymore. I'm just realizing that, because this moves all over the place. So unlike my other diamond paintings where it's like it stays a little bit more still. Let's see. Okay, but yeah, I was just, see, Wednesday, I had a therapist appointment, my physical therapy. She's been great. Been, following her exercises and everything. And I decided to ask her. I don't know if I mentioned this. I probably mentioned that I was going to ask her, but I don't know if I told you guys that I did talk to her about this. But I decided to ask her if it was okay, to basically continue seeing her as my physical therapist, for other reasons, like right now, like I have pain everywhere except my neck, okay? And the funny thing is, I'm seeing her for my neck, just because of how the mobility is, like because of the doctor noticing, like my GI doctor noticed that, and that jump started compared to everything else. It's so funny how that got picked up compared to the rest of the issues I've been dealing with. But whatever, right? So and she's been doing such a great job helping me with my neck and everything. And as I'm worried with my rheumatologist. I have a rheumatologist appointment at the end of May. And I had such a bad experience with a different one, which I've talked about before. But I'm worried that I'm going to still have a really bad experience, and I'm going to be blown off. So I want to get like a head start, especially if he says, why haven't you done physical therapy for these issues at all? So I figure I might as well get a head start to it. So like most of my pain is more like it's everywhere, but most of it's like basically, I guess they would say my hip is related to sciatica and stuff, but it's more than that. So it's like I have hip and knee pains and things like that, but I also have like wrists and fingers and elbows and shoulders and and everything else underneath the sun kind of thing. And I'm sorry that I keep bringing it up. I'll try not to bring up my about being, you know, being hurting and stuff like that. I really do. It's been like a big part of my life now, so it just, especially with me going to therapy, physical therapy for it, so, well, for the neck part anyway, I decided I'm going to just take the initiative, and just, I asked her, I'm like, so, is it okay if I can get a referral from my doctor to come back to see you with my knees and my hips and all my leg issues and everything? And she says, yeah, sure. She goes, you're my patient. She goes, basically, she's like, you've already shown that you listen and that you're following the exercises and that you are not, you know, you're not snubbing me off. She goes, yeah, I will definitely take you again and just, you know, definitely talk to your doctor about it. So I see my doctor earlier in the month. It's still halfway through the month, but earlier in the month, and my physical therapist finishes at the end of the month, like for my neck exercises, unless she wants to push those further out as well. But I'm going to go and ask my doctor to get a referral to basically be able to see her for my knees and my hips and everything, because at this point, if I can't get anything done about like any answers just yet, I want to be able to find out ways to help myself to be able to go up the stairs and stuff like that, because it's starting to get harder and harder to go up the stairs with some days where the amount of pain I am in, and then I also have my husband having to help me stand up when I'm on the couch sometimes. So I want to be able to figure out ways to help strengthen certain parts of my body, so that way I'm able to keep going even when I'm hurting. Because I know she can't stop the pain, but she could probably at least help me be able to push through some of it without making things worse for me. So would you stop, stomach? I promise you guys, like, as soon as I'm done with this Wip Chat and I am done with my chores, because I have to hang my clothes up after this. I will eat. I promise. I promise. I'm trying to talk a little bit louder so my stomach does not get picked up on my phone. I promise. I'm trying not to have you guys hear the grumblings. Let's see. Oh, goodness gracious. So yeah, after that, so it was like, I felt like I had a very productive therapy session. I didn't hurt as bad this time around, because if you guys remember, last week I wanted to go to Michael's, but we had a bit more of an intense session that week, and I decided not to go. I did take the initiative to basically order online this time, so that way I didn't have to go in the store and browse around. That was a good thing I did. They didn't have really much of the summer stuff that I was kind of hoping anyway. And they had a 20% off coupon that was only available to use online. So I decided to use that. So after my therapy session, I got in the car. I put in the directions, but I got kind of mixed up. And it got to the point where I got to Target first instead. My plan was to go to Michael's, then Target, then home. Instead, it got to Target, then Michael's, then home. So it was, I definitely got mixed around, and I was so tempted to stop at Krispy Kreme because it was like right next to the Michael's, but I held off. It was a nerve-wracking experience for me because as you guys know, I am still on the newbie end of driving. and everything. And I was like, the parking lot situation over at Michael's is horrendous. I hate it. And even though I have visit Target a few times, because my appointment was a different day and it was at a later time as well, the parking lot was just so cramped full, even for pickup. I was just like, I am not doing pickup at this point in time. I ain't doing it. So yeah, I'm starting to realize what I like and what I don't like. And I don't like, I know I don't like driving, but I know I don't really like it when it gets crammed full, and it makes me nervous about my parking, even though I did a good job. I got in, I got out without like hitting anyone and banging into anyone, and I was like, okay, good. You know, I'm just like double checking everything. But I am realizing I am relaxing at some parts, like especially around areas where I'm a bit more used to driving and stuff. I'm relaxing a bit more in those spots. I'm not like as tense anymore, so which is a good thing. But that was my Wednesday for the most part. But this was the two things that I got off Michael's from pickup. So we got this one right here. So this one we got 11 by 14 inch, and then we got these two 8 by 10 inches right here. And I'm planning on making a video of opening these, but not just these. I ordered some more online. So I got in a 30% off coupon, and I ordered some more offline. And it was like more of the new the summer releases. So I'm planning on doing a video of opening those, along with the stuff that I got in my swag bag. I figured just make a big old video of it, like all the Make Market stuff. And then along top of that, I found some cross-stitch things, like it was like loops and threads that are so cute that just came out as well. So if you guys are interested in the cross-stitch stuff too, I'll include that. I'll open that stuff up along with everything else, because it was just so adorable. And I really want to get into it, so... but yeah, just like trying to find the time with everything that is happening is going to be interesting, because my plan is, of course, to have this week's videos out for you guys, like the week 4, and then I won't be able to record my month in review. I was thinking about doing it on Thursday, but I really want to spend my time diamond painting if I after I'm done packing up and stuff like that, because I'm leaving Friday. So I want to spend my time diamond painting up to try and see if I can get one more completion. I don't think I can. Like, I'm halfway through with one of my diamond paintings, and there's no way I can get done, you know, in 2 days. There's just no way. But, you know, miracles have happened. Let's see. And then, like, I also have to, I got an unboxing from Press and Place that I need to push out. I need to record that. I was almost going to do that today. I might do that tomorrow still. I might try and record that tomorrow. So I have that video, and then and then the Make Market one right here. So along with all the kids events and trying to diamond paint and do other stuff on top of that, it's just, and not just events, but also doctor's appointments too. I'm going to be exhausted on Monday, because the following Monday, because I'll be coming back home after my, well, it's not a vacation, but after my trip, and then I have to go and turn around and go and do a doctor's appointment. But the place where this is located is just a little bit further out, and then it's I'm going to have to get a Whip and Chat done. So I might have to do the Whip and Chat on a Tuesday again, because by the time I get home, I'm going to be exhausted, and I need to mentally prepare. And I know I ain't going to be in the mood to, talk to you guys just then. So it might have to be another Tuesday, record on Tuesday, send out on Tuesday. If not, send out on Wednesday kind of thing. I know I'm going to get this one sent out today, but I just don't want to do it. I just didn't want to do a video yesterday. Let's see. What else has been happening? So, yeah, with Wednesday, that was it. I came home, relaxed a little bit before I had to go and get the kids and everything, send out the packages, stuff like that. And then Thursday was the Fine Arts Festival for Michael and Jaina, along with Michael participating for the robotics tryout. So, and that was like all combined. They gave his teacher, well, not his teacher, the person who was doing the tryouts emailed us and said that they wanted like 2 students working together, and there was like no students signed up with Michael for the time slot we were in. But would we be able to change to a later time slot to work with this other 5th grader? And we're like, okay, sure, fine. Michael said that they were given a really hard project to do, which is supposed to be the thing, and they were supposed to try and figure it out. And I think it was just like, they wanted to see how well, in my mind, I think it's like they wanted to test to see how well kids work with each other, like as a team, and if they can think outside the box. So we'll find out this week if he made it or not into the robotics team. So fingers crossed. If he doesn't, we're going to try and figure out some like programming things for him to get into. But I really hope he does get into it, to be honest. All right, I'm going to switch colors. I am going to definitely switch to a different color for now. Oh, I have dumped stuff all over. Okay, we'll worry about that later, guys. Let's see. But yeah, so he has robotics thing, and Michael said he enjoyed that very much. And then he got home, and everything. They didn't let the parents go in. The parents were not allowed to see the tryout part. So my husband was the one that took my son to that. So instead, so it was like, okay, you go ahead and do that. I'll stay home. I'll finish dinner, which was kind of the plan. I'll make dinner and prep everything else, and get that ready, and then we'll turn around. Oh, and Wednesday, I had my oldest daughter, Nicole, she started back with her jazz band classes again at not high school, at the middle school. They started that up again, so I had to go and wait till like a certain time to pick her up again. So it's just like we're back to that again, like picking her up at a later time. So it's like, okay, great, you know. But yeah, anyway, so Fine Arts Festival. So husband and Michael get home. I greet them. We eat dinner. We rush and then we go back out to do the Fine Arts thing, because since Michael and Jaina are both 5th graders, they were like the last of the entire group. So that's why I didn't feel too bad when I said, yeah, sure, we can do the later portion. It just kind of sucked. It was like a little bit more of a press on time kind of thing, but we still had plenty of time. So, and I didn't cry. I did not cry, guys. I promise I did not cry. But I'm so glad that they did participate, even though Michael was just like, oh my gosh. Jaina did a really good job. She says she wants to join choir in middle school when that's coming up, and I'm like, oh, so she may not be in band, but she might be in choir. So, you know, fingers crossed for that. But it was enjoyable watching them perform. Unfortunately, because the kids kind of goofed off a bit, I got to see Michael's old first grade teacher. His first grade teacher talked to me, and she's so proud of these kids. She's so proud of Michael and everything. She was so shocked as well, like, because she saw Nicole, and she remembered Nicole, because Nicole would always kind of show up around with the twins and things like that. And she was just so shocked to see how tall Nicole has gotten. And it was just like, yeah, she's you know, she's going into high school next year. And she's like, no. I'm like, yeah. She's like, no, that's not allowed. She goes, so they're not, and then like, of course, the principal comes up and, you know, he talks to me. I love the principal. As much as, I may not like a lot of the stuff that's been going on with the schools and stuff, I do love their principal a lot. He's so personable and everything. And you can tell that he really cares about the kids. And we were kind of just talking, and he's just like, and you know, of course, I'm being the proud mom, bragging about my kids and stuff like that. And he's just, you know, talking about Nicole as well, like talking about all of them, right? And he's just like, no, that's Nicole over there. And because he sees my husband. It's so hard not to see my husband, because you know he's 6'9", guys, so you can pick him out in the crowd. It's really not hard. So he sees my husband, and then he just sees, you know, of course Nicole has basically this hairstyle that's really recognizable and stuff. So he immediately picks out and he goes, that's not Nicole. I'm like, yes it is. He sees Nicole every now and then in the mornings during drop off when I'm dropping Michael and Jaina off at school. But I guess, you know, like morning drop offs, you don't really get a good look, especially like at how tall a kid has gotten and stuff. And he goes, oh my gosh. And then I mentioned the whole, you know, yeah, she's, you know, like she's going into high school as well. Like, she's going into high school. He goes, so they're not even going to see each other when the twins go into middle school. I'm like, nope. He goes, oh man, the next time they'll see each other is like 9th grade and 12th grade. I'm like, yeah. He goes, that is crazy. And I'm like, yeah, it is. It's so nuts. It's so crazy, guys. And I was just like, but the Fine Arts Festival is great. It was nice being able to catch up while I was waiting for their performance with their older teachers and things. So like when it was time, you know, everyone came to their seats, hushed up, and watched them, and of course kind of giggled a little bit with some of the kids. Like you could hear like the little toddlers in the audience, you know, just talking and babbling. And we got to meet up with Michael and Jaina's friends, like their parents, and hung out with them while we were watching the whole thing. So it was nice. It was really good. And then afterwards, since it was also, you know, since it was Fine Arts Festival, they have the kids' artwork hanging around. But at that point, it was like really late. So. And I was starting to hurt a bit, and I told my husband as much. He gave me the keys to the car. He's like, I'll take pictures of the kids' artwork and send them to you instead. I'm like, okay. So I hobbled my way to the car, and I decided, you know, to surprise him, because usually what happens is like, when he's with us, he's the one that usually does the driving instead. So he drove us to the festival. So I decided to, you know, instead I'll drive us home, because he hasn't really experienced me driving personally since I started since I got my license and stuff like that. So I you know, I moved myself to the driver's seat, adjusted myself and everything, and parked myself in the front of the school so they didn't have to do that long walk. And it was so funny. The kids were so shocked. Even though they know I know how to drive, it still shocked them that I was like right there at the front of the school, like ready to pick them up. Like it's like the end of the school day. Like, hi guys. And then like Michael immediately was like, is mommy going to drive? And my husband's all like, looks like it. He was like, yeah, sure, whatever, you know, go for it. And then yeah, we got home and everything, relaxed. And prepped ourselves for the weekend. Bum, bum, bum. So the weekend. So yeah, it's just like, we got home, everyone got showered up, everyone relaxed and everything. But yeah, it was a good Thursday, guys. I liked it a lot. But Friday was exciting. So I was able to try and clean up a bit on Friday, clean up upstairs, and things, so while the kids were at school a little bit. But my husband did take Friday off. So he's all like, we're going to go out on a date. I'm like, really? Right? You know, he's like, yeah, we're going to go on a date. He took Friday off. He said it was like a comp day because he has been putting in the hours and stuff. So, been trying to take, you know, like, try to, douse the fires of some stuff that's like emergencies that have happened. So he asked for a comp day and he got it, and it was on Friday. So he's like, yeah, we're gonna go on a date. So basically we got to sleep in a little bit, we cleaned up a bit, and then we went out to eat and, for lunch, and we found this really cool, ramen restaurant. There we go. That we haven't been to yet. It just newly opened, but it had like really good reviews and stuff like that, and I loved it. Like, I took a couple of pictures. I don't know if I'll post them here or not. If I do, I will, but I probably won't. But it was so good. I enjoyed every bit of it. The only problem I forgot is that they usually come with eggs, because it came with eggs, but I gave the eggs to my husband, but it was like already soaked enough into the broth and stuff that if you guys don't know, I have an intolerance, allergy kind of thing to eggs. It's not bad. It's not fun. It's not bad, but it's not fun. Like, I'll break out in hives. I get some all-out body aches and pains. Luckily, I don't suffer anaphylaxis or anything, so I don't need any shots or anything. I usually have a Benadryl to take with me just in case, like, because there has been times where I accidentally consume something that's a little too eggy, because I can't eat certain things. Like if there's mayo, I can have mayo as long as it's like just lightly, like if it's lightly spread on something, because if it's just slathered, it's going to hurt me. And I thought I was fine for the most part. Like, I was like, okay, here, have the eggs, right? I'm like, here you go, you know, like immediately kind of thing. But I guess it wasn't, I didn't have like a huge reaction. I didn't break out in hives this time, but my goodness, I had the worst tingles underneath my, you know, like that itchy feeling that's underneath your skin. I never experienced that before. It's more of pains and hives instead. And then like I had a new thing that happened, which was like I had a headache for once. Like later on that day, I was like, I don't like this. And it was such a bad headache too, guys. I was not happy. I was like, I was out for the count for a bit, but I had to keep going. Like, it wasn't like it was bad enough where it's like, oh God, I don't want to do things, but not too bad where, well, I'll lie. It was bad enough, but I wanted to make sure the kids have fun because we had an activity planned. We bought tickets over a month ago for the kiddos, and I did not want to miss out on that. So, but yeah, I had a headache, dealt with it, for the most part. Like, definitely fell asleep and passed out when we got back home late. But yeah, it's just like next time we're ordering for that place, I was like, I'm just going to have no egg. And my husband's like, but I want your eggs. And I'm like, okay, fine. What I'll do is I'll see if I can order the egg on the side, you know, because he said it was really delicious. It was so good. And I'm so mad because I used to be able to eat eggs, guys, and now I can't eat eggs anymore. And it's so frustrating because it seems like it's getting worse and worse now. So it's just like, so I was like, okay, I'll see if they can put the eggs on the side and we'll see what we can do. All right. And he's like, okay, thank you. He knows he wasn't asking to like, for me to suffer for him. He's just like, can you see about getting an egg on the side? Like, so we don't have to order the second egg kind of thing. I'm like, okay, all right, you know, I'll be good. I'll see if not, then he has to deal with the fact that he'll have to order himself a second egg. Let's see. But yeah, so we came home. We kind of chilled out for the most part. after that, because it was going to be soon to pick up the kids, which it was. So we got the kids, we came home and prepped for the night, because what we did was we bought these tickets at the planetarium for the nighttime show. So there's like an after show viewing, and it was like to go up on the roof to look at the stars and everything. And I liked it, but it could have been a lot better. The kids did have fun, but I think that they could have had like more. I know it's just there's only so much you can afford for strong telescopes and stuff, but they only had 2, and it took a while to get to the front, because it was just like to get there. So it was like so we were waiting in line for a bit, and of course Thursday, from Thursday's Fine Arts Festival, from walking around, started catching up to me. I was starting to get in a lot of pain, so I didn't really get to see anything through the telescope, because I just could not keep. I could not keep staying in line. It was just getting to that point, so I decided to sit out and wait instead for the kiddos, and I was just watching their reactions. They had so much fun, like, because they got to see the craters on the moon, and they were talking, the people who were like doing everything, they got to see that. They also got to see Jupiter and some of its moons as well. I am so jealous. I wish I was able to be able to sit up and, well, not sit up, but keep standing, so that way I could stay in line. But I was watching them from the bench instead, like, their reactions. Even my husband got to see it. I'm like, oh man, I really wish I could. But, you know, I'm not gonna nitpick about it. So we're talking about, like, maybe, like, we can try, see if we can get, like, a somewhat of a telescope one day in the future, or something like that as well. Because the area where you live, it has less light pollution than where this place was located. So it would, you know, I'm kind of interested to see how different that is. And the kids are still so interested in space. But yeah, we got home after that. The kids were just like on cloud 9 after getting to see stuff like watching the planetarium, and then actually getting to go up to the top and see, you know, Jupiter and, you know, the moons and everything. They were like, it's something. It's definitely unlocked a core memory. It's definitely going to be with them for a while. Even Nicole was all about it. So I think we did a good job there. I'm happy that, I'm hoping I'm in camera again. Like, I know that I'm like starting to edge this down. I'm trying not to. I'm sorry, guys. But yeah, it was just like, so when we got home, though, it was definitely on the later end, and the kids just immediately, we were like, all right, let's go and get showers in, and, you know, then we can get ready for bed. But they wanted to go to bed, so I was like, okay, no showers tonight, shower in the morning, okay? And they just passed out. They were out, all of them. They were just so tired. And it was kind of cool, too. One of the things is because, like, when we got to the planetarium, well, not the planetarium, but when we walked to the spot to the roof, it had to do walk. I had to walk too, so that was an adventure too. It's like walking around so much. So when we got to the point where we had to wait for the elevator to go up on the roof, oh my goodness, Jaina's eyes lit up, because we were standing next to gemstones and rocks and fossils and stuff, and like it was showing like what mines and things that what locations they were came from, and she was just like talking about that, and it's just like fermented my belief, like, man, I really need to find that tumbler. I really need to find that dang rock tumbler that we bought her a few years ago, especially since my friend Tiffany, she's doing a lot of rock tumbling, and then like my other friend Katie, she's doing some rock tumbling as well, and like I've been showing her pictures from these people, and she's just like, oh, hey, pretty rocks. she loves rocks. Like, she is obsessed about geodes and crystals and all sorts. She is like into gemstones, everything. Like, she's been learning about fossils. Like, oh my gosh, we got stuff for her to dig, and oh man, she's just like, she's so into it. Okay, let's see, what else, what color do I want? Do I want to start going into the white? That's the question. The answer is no. The answer really is no. But it's going to probably have to be the one. Alright, we'll go into it. Alright, first, there's like 4 bags of this, by the way. I just got the 4th bag off the chain here. Okay, so, now we're going into Saturday. Saturday was a day. Saturday was an interesting day. Saturday is a day I dread. So Saturday was the day of my twins' 11th birthday party, and we decided to celebrate with a water day. So what I did was I bought the kids a slip and slide, and then like these foam water guns, as well as we're gonna do this. So as well as some foam water guns, and then these balloons. I decided not to get like actual balloons, but I wanted to get reusable ones because I really didn't want to, pick up plastic bits on the ground. Plus, the environment, that kind of stuff. But I didn't want to get these silicone ones that I've seen because I've read about magnets being able to fall out or like being hit in such a way it can go up your nose, whatever the rumors are. But I was just like, I knew that there was going to be some small kids during there, and I had a feeling like with some of the 11-year-old boys that we were going to fight that it might be a little rough with that. So I found these sponge ones. These they're fuzzy. They weren't like actual sponges, but they were kind of like that. But they were like kind of on the fuzzier end and really soft too. So when you threw it, it wouldn't hurt. So I got those sponge balls, like a 60-pack of that, and then along with like these collapsible water buckets. And the best thing is like all of this we can reuse over and over again because the twins are young enough to be able to still want to do this kind of stuff. Even Nicole wanted to join in, but she decided to just hang out because she didn't want to hang out with 11-year-olds. Let's see. So in the morning, all of us got ready. The twins took their shower since they didn't shower the night before, and we started cleaning up the house, trying to prep for it, getting things done. Part of me always goes, why do I even bother trying to clean the house when after everything's said and done, it's always looking chaotic and messed up from all the kids? But I know the answer. While I was doing that, my husband was breaking down boxes in the garage so we can have a spot to put up our table for food and things, so that way people can sit and eat and enjoy themselves, and everything. But so we ordered like chairs and tables and everything. So, well, we didn't order a table. We already had a table, but we ordered chairs. So, but let's see. But yeah, like we were doing all that. Then he left because he was going to go to the store to pick up the food platters that we ordered, because we got like popcorn chicken, we got meatball sliders, we got fruit, and of course the cakes. So the kids gotten each their own cake and everything. But oh my gosh, he left at a time where it made me a little anxious because they also went to get lunch for themselves. And I was just like, kept looking at the time, kept looking at it, and I'm like, okay, the party's getting closer. It's getting closer. What are we gonna do? What's gonna happen? Like that kind of stuff. And it got to the point that it was like 15 minutes before the party, and I was just like, okay, I'm gonna have to go outside and start getting everything prepped up. He already like set up the slip and slide, but I had to go outside, turn it back on, put the dishwasher soap on it to make it slippery, started filling up the water buckets, and everything. And it was a good thing I started doing that, because of course the kids started coming and showing up at around 1:45, 1:50. It's like, oh my gosh. So 10 to 15 minutes before everything just started. And I don't know, there's a part of me just felt annoyed with one parent. Usually, so I'm pretty sure I mentioned like a few weeks ago, I went to a birthday party with the twins. And then this time around, this wasn't the same person or anything like that, but I went to a birthday party with the twins, but when I was there, I kept an eye on my kids, and I made sure that, they weren't being a nuisance, and, that way I could keep an ear and an eye on them, and I try my hardest. There's moments where I fail, but I do try pretty hard not to judge other parents, because, you don't ever know what's going on, how things are going, everyone has their own hardships and milestones that are going on. So, but I will have to say, if I ever heard someone call my kid's name and say, hey, no, don't do that, I would turn around and walk to the areas to see what my child is doing. Because, the table was set up to the front, but the slip and slide was set up in the back. And I had a camera, I had my security camera, the cameras are set up in a way where I could see things, so I pulled it up, because I'm the only parent right now, and I had to I wanted to make sure that people knew that this was the party, all that kind of stuff. So, I was keeping an eye on what the kids were doing, and I saw this one kid, and everything, and he was misbehaving. He's a good kid. I will say that. He is a good kid. He is just overexcitable, and you can tell that he is definitely a only child. Well, he's not an only child. He's actually the youngest, but there's just enough of an age gap where he is raised as the only kid. So he definitely acts like he is an only child. So, but yeah, I was just like, I'm like, hey, saying his name, and it's like, let's not do that, hey, calm down, and he listens. He listens for the most part. He's like, oh, sorry. And then, he just has no idea of boundaries, and you kind of have to just repeat yourself 50, 60, 70 times. He'll correct himself, but then it's just he seems to forget, and then he starts doing everything all over again, and then you gotta repeat yourself and stuff. But, I'm not there to parent your kid. The moment, you are gone because sleepover, because he was sleeping over too. Yeah, I can understand, me having to repeat myself, but you're here, and you're just yakking with another parent. And you guys aren't... It was so frustrating. If, you hear me yell at your kid. I'm not, yelling, but I'm, just loud enough to trying to get their attention and everything. It was just ugh. So that was a little frustrating. Just slightly frustrating. And then, my husband shows up 20 minutes after the party has started. And, then we started setting up the table. And at that point, because he showed up, the other two parents, vamoose. They're gone now. So it's just my husband and I with these two kids. We're still waiting for some other kids. They did not show up. That was so weird. It was just the other kids didn't show up until until almost 3 o'clock, and the party only lasts for 2 hours. So, and we were done with this. The other kids were done with the slip and slide by 3 o'clock. So, one of the girls who was going to sleep over with Jana, she got bent out of shape later on. She goes, we didn't really get to do much of the water stuff. And I'm like, actually, we did. We did a lot of the water stuff. But you weren't here during the whole thing. You know, I can't fault her for her mom showing up late, but I did offer the kid, I did say, hey, how about you and Jaina go out and play on the slip and slide a little bit before we start putting it up, so that way, you know, so she would, because I wanted to make sure she did have some time, and she's like, no, I'm good, I'm going to go in and get cake, you know. It's just like, ugh. She was overall a good kid, but you can also tell that she was also an only child, and I hope my kids do not act like this. I try my best. Like I said, I do try not to judge, but I judged hard on this child. This child I judged hard. And I was just so annoyed with her at the end of the whole thing. There was one point where I almost called her mom just because of how demanding and entitled she acted. So, like, she saw, I bought, like, Nerds. So, one of the things is, like, my husband and I know not to have candy out with one of the kids, because he has no impulse control. The one that I keep saying that I have to repeat 50,000 times, that, you know, and everything. And his parents never warned us about this when he first slept over. It was a total shock and stuff like that. We're now used to it. We know what to do, kind of thing, for the most part. But we're okay with him staying over. We just know that wear headphones, and repeat ourselves 300 times. But yeah, he has no impulse control, so we kind of have to put things away and up, and that's what we were starting to do. But she saw it, so usually with him, with this other boy, with him, if once he doesn't see it, it's not in his mind for the most part, and everything, so he doesn't ask for it, or he doesn't try and go get it and stuff like that. Because I guess, like, with his family, he's just allowed to grab whatever in the pantry and stuff, and I do allow that to a certain extent with my kids, but that's mostly like with fruits and vegetables and things like that. When it starts to get into snacky territory, I usually want them to ask me before they just start eating willy-nilly, because especially if it gets closer to dinner time, that kind of thing. But anyway, so I had these Nerd gummy clusters that I was putting away, and she just immediately went, can I have some Nerds? And it's just like, not right now. Not right now. Excuse me. Oh my goodness. But yeah, it was just like, she was just constantly asking for that. She had cake. It was like, okay, you know, you don't need to ask for candy, right? And I'm out of camera again. I'm so sorry, guys. But yeah, after that, it was just like, we went to go and pick up dinner for the kids who were sleeping over. So there was only supposed to be 2 people sleeping over, 1 boy and 1 girl. But Jaina begged us to have one of the other girls sleep over, and we said okay, because this one was like Jaina's BFF, best friend. This was the one that we went to the party a few weeks ago, so we said okay. So while she was going home and packing up, my husband went to go and get dinner, and it was just like so funny, because she's like, this girl, the one who's like been asking for Nerds and stuff like that, she's all like, we were asking everyone what they would like, and she goes, I get a 10-piece chicken nugget and a large fry. I'm like, okay. I'm like, even my kids don't get a large fry, but okay, you know. But we decided to kind of just order like 20-piece chicken nuggets and stuff like that to split up between everyone. And she was like trying to grab the container. We're like, whoa, we're divvying this up. You know, it was cheaper to get 20 than like 2 10-pieces and stuff like that. So, you know, I gave her 10. I didn't give her a large fry. I did give her a good amount of fries. Like we had a large fry and stuff like that. and I gave her her food. And as I'm like trying to give other people their food, she comes up with me with her tablet and immediately went, "Can you put Wi-Fi on this?" And it was just like, my head almost snapped 360, because it's just like, do you not see that I am trying to feed other children right now? I was just like, because even my kids don't talk to me. Like, my kids do back talk to me, but they know better at the same time not to always do stuff like that, and like they are a bit more on the polite end when they ask me for stuff while I'm in the middle of trying to make dinner or give people food. You want to get on my bad side? That is how you get on my bad side. So yeah, I was just like, and I was just like, calm, like, especially because my face, like I told you, my face it shows every emotion, and having to school it quickly to go, no, not right now, I'm trying to get everyone food, plus we are eating, we don't play on our phones and tablets while we eat. I will put something up on the TV. And it was just a constant with her, like, I don't want to watch this. Don't want to watch a movie. I want to watch this. We do this at home. And I was just like, there's more than one person here. We have to have a consensus. Everyone has to agree to a thing. You know, it can't be just what you want. We have to all agree to it. You know, that kind of thing. Oh my gosh. And then she just kept going on about her tablet and everything. My husband did put Wi-Fi on her phone, or not phone, but on her tablet, but he put it on the guest network instead, and then shut down the guest network at a certain time. So, because he was like, he did not want her on her tablet the whole time. And I almost texted her, that's when I almost texted her mom, because she's not supposed to have her tablet, apparently. Like, she told her, she was telling me, like, how she's always addicted to her tablet and everything, and how she told her kid that she wasn't allowed to bring her tablet, but the school one. But apparently she didn't bring the school one. She brought the one that, she's, needs to be on 24/7 kind of thing. So, anyway, yeah. And then, like, she kept going on about wanting food, wanting candy, and all that kind of stuff. It was just like, I was so done with it by the point where I did like a nail day. I kind of did like a spa session. Tried to do like that with the girls and stuff, and it was fine. It was like finally kind of somewhat relaxing and enjoyable for the most part, until it got closer to bedtime. And we let everyone stay up a little late. We said it was fine to stay up a little bit later, but yeah, we by the time that was happening, one of the girls that begged, like Jaina begged to stay, she got homesick, the poor kid. She got really homesick and wanted to go home. So she went home instead. And Jaina was just so gracious about it. She's like, okay, I'm really, I'll miss you, and packed up her stuff and got her down the stairs and everything. So we gotten at least down to back to two kids again. But it's just like the two kids I didn't really want to deal with. But let's see. So yeah, nighttime was interesting. We sent them up, but they kept coming downstairs. One of them, like I said, the one with no impulse control, he's like, I've been up all night, and I was looking at the time, like, it's only 11. You've only been upstairs since 11 o'clock. He goes, but it's felt like it's been all night. I'm like, it hasn't been all night, guy. Go back to bed. And he's like, okay. And then the other girl, she comes down and was complaining that the Wi-Fi was not working anymore, and she wanted it to be fixed. And we said, no, we usually turn Wi-Fi off at, this time, because if we don't, everyone in the household stays awake, so it's time for it to be off. And she was not happy about it. I don't know if she called her mom about it or not, but her mom didn't say anything, but she did grumble and whine about it. I was like, dang. You know, right? Like, you know, she's like, oh my goodness. My husband stayed downstairs for the night, and I went upstairs. I couldn't. And I was like, he kept an eye just in case anyone was trying to sneak for candy and stuff like that. And I did go and hide the candy at this point. Like, I hid the sodas, the cake that we had cut. We hid like all the stuff that was during the party, and everything. It's just like, okay, there we go. Gatorade was gone. You know, put up and away. All that stuff. I don't know if it's just me. I don't know if it's just me. My tolerance has lowered, or it's just that it felt more and more kids are, and I feel like such an old person saying that, like saying like because like I know my kids can be a handful. I will fully admit that my kids are not perfect. My kids are far from perfect, but I do feel like they're mostly well behaved. At least with other people, they're well behaved. I feel like that they're pretty good, especially since, you know, people tell me that they seem to be well behaved and they don't seem to be lying about it. I'm wondering, like, is this just something? Is this just me? You know, am I out of touch or something? Is this how things are supposed to be? I don't know. It just feels very weird. I don't know. Plus, I know I live under a rock. So I have lived under a rock, growing up most of my life. So it's just like trying, and I just asked my husband, like, is this normal? He's like, I don't know. He goes, he had the more normal childhood of the two of us. So he's like, I don't know. He goes, I didn't act like this. My friends didn't act like this. I'm like, okay. I'm like, is this just the new thing? That's you know, is this okay or something? But yeah, like, he handled the whole morning thing, and he told me it was just as bad in the morning, because we had to clean up a lot of sticky walls, and things, but she kind of just kept asking about nerds. My husband said that she would not stop, and he got to the point where he just gave up, and I think that's what's happened with her parents. Like, they just give up or something like that, because he was just like, she's going to be out in a few hours. I don't care at this point. But my nerds, the nerds I bought for myself at Target, he gave it to them. And I was just like, I was wanting some. And he goes, you can have some of mine. I'm like, that's not the one I wanted. I bought this flavor. This flavor was what I wanted. I was being very petulant at that point. I was annoyed, honestly. I was very annoyed. But I was just so glad, like, once everyone left, because it was just quiet. But then I had my in-laws, and nothing wrong with my in-laws, but it was just like we were just kind of just peopled out at that point. Social doubt. Our social meter was gone. But yeah, overall, the kids, the twins, Michael and Jana, enjoyed themselves. They were so happy, and I'm just glad that they were happy, and especially since they got to see what their birthday gift was. We were very nice. I let them. We waited till Sunday on their actual birthday. We didn't want to show it off in front of and I'm so glad we didn't. I'm really, really glad we didn't, because I think there would have been some. I think there would have been some green eye monsters and stuff like that. But we gotten them electric scooters for their birthday. They haven't rated on it yet. So when we showed it off, it was like late Sunday night. And then like Monday, it was their helmets and knee pads and stuff didn't come in until late Monday, and we already had plans to deal with on Monday. So, which I'm looking at the time. I will talk about that in next week's Wip Chat, because I'm trying to stay with the same thing. So I'll try and make a note saying talk about Monday. But yeah, we were so tired by that point, but we still had to do we were going to do shrimp pasta on Sunday. We really were. That was our plan. But my husband and I we just looked at each other, because the kids got picked up one after another. It was like literally like 10 minutes after each other, which was kind of good. But it was kind of funny, because my husband was just telling this girl, like, hey, get your socks and shoes. Your parents are going to be here soon. And she's like, huh? And just ignored him. He said it like 4 times, and it was getting he was getting really frustrated. But he was like trying to keep calm, and it was just like, but finally her dad shows up, and it was like, and then her dad's like, where's your socks and shoes? I don't know. And it still took time for her to vacate. And everything. But I was just like, okay. If she does come here, we know we got a battle plan. We have a battle plan. Candy and soda and everything that's sweet is going to be put away where she can't see. So like the moment she comes in and she starts asking for it, we don't have it. We don't know. There is nothing in the household. And I think the worst part was because one of the parents gave the twins candy in their bags, and she was just constantly after Michael and Jaina, like, can I have your cotton candy? Can I have your Twix? Like, over and over. It was terrible. And I'm sorry about griping about, I know I've been just griping about this girl. I'm sure she is lovely and everything. It's just that it felt like the entitlement got turned up to 11 here. And I was just like, I don't know if that's how she acts at home. If it is, oof. But hopefully this was just birthday party or something like that. I really hope it was. And if she is welcome back home. It's just that back in our house. It's just, I have a game plan now. It's just like, it was just like, oh my gosh. So. But yeah, I think I'm going to wrap it up here. Gotten this far so far. I'm sorry that I keep getting it out of camera. I'm looking up and I noticed that I keep scooting this towards away from me. But yeah, I got this far so far. I'll see about maybe finishing this up maybe in the next day or so. Definitely try and finish it up before the 30th. I got a couple of days. I got till Thursday, so I got 2 more days. We'll see. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. The rest of the party, like, basically was very much fine. I had fun, for overall. The twins had fun. I just wanted to relax. That's why on Monday, that's why yesterday, I chilled out. Like, it wasn't a total chill out day. We still had stuff done at the later half of the day, but for the morning of, like, I was in a lot of pain from walking around on Thursday, standing or being in line and walking around on Friday, doing a lot of movement and stuff on Saturday, and then by Sunday, like, I just was feeling it, and then Monday I was feeling it even more, and then today I hurt myself again. It is what it is. But anyway, I'm going to try and finish my chores, get this edited for you guys so it can be out for you. But I hope you guys enjoy this video. I'm sorry about the gripe right here at the end. But overall, it's just been a busy week. I've got a lot on my plate, and I'm trying to make sure I remember everything to talk about and everything. But if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Otherwise, I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!